Feel the faucets and get it. Woo! Yeah.
It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, just back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, just back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loots, buying all these plots. Common G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, just back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, just back to riches.
Yeah, dog. Thomas G here. Welcome to the channel. It's episode number 74, live stream 74. Don't forget, if you're on YouTube, post notifications, drop a comment, like, subscribe. If you're over on X, we're dual streaming right now. If you're over on X, you got to repost this. Man, my whole day is messed up. I'm not gonna lie, man. We're gonna truck through this and do the skeleton money. But before I go on, I got to tell you why. I did that interview yesterday with Hart's Law project team that just launched and went live. So I went in, pretty heavy. But after I saw the amount of money that I made just for being in that early, it messed my whole day up because I made a lot just now. So I'm like gonna go live. So I'm trying to get that situated and then get prepared for this live stream. And then all of a sudden, boom, like Merry Christmas and Happy New Year all in the same sentence. So if you didn't watch the Hart's Law project video yesterday, go find that on stream after you watch this one and check it out. I'm going to do a video on that dedicated after this live stream so people can see how to enter. But damn, bro. Damn, you ever have somebody mess up your day because you made so much money? Only in crypto. Only in crypto. So, man. All right, let's get down to skeleton money. Let's shift gears here, right? So, skeleton money, we're going to cover the white paper. We just did a whitelist in R2R. Shout out to everybody that reached out to me that wanted part of that. I had like 25 spots. I maybe could be able to get more for this. We'll see. But I'll show you outside of that, if you didn't get the opportunity, how you can participate. Things to me right now, it's weird. Like I'm having deja vu because the deja vu that I'm having was the last bull market. And right about this time, as the markets were shifting, right, from Bitcoin going up to the altcoins, I had got involved like November, December-ish, like right at that time when the bull market was happening and we peaked out, months down the road, into Pancake Swap. I started utilizing the Binance Smart Chain. And before then, I had only been on Tron, right? Tron Network, doing dApps, doing DeFi, just learning how to be a true degen and how to operate on chain, running everything on my ledgers, whatnot, finding all these different systems. I would end up on Binance Smart Chain, and I got involved with, Pancake Swap, all their like crowd sale events that they had, which was interesting the way they did that. I haven't really seen it done that way as well since then. And then you saw all these different farms come out, different DeFi projects. And the first set that launched outside of Pancake Swap, like you had like these bunny ones, something involved the jet. It's been so long, I couldn't remember. you had all these tokens that just took off with the chain during like the bull market and during like the hottest time on a new chain. Like the chain wasn't new, but people started migrating there. So it was like a new environment that people started using on a large scale. People started realizing like, oh, there's like cake token and syrup and all this. And it was like, it was really new. So I had success. That's right after that success, I was able to even buy my first home. I made a lot of money. So now my deja vu here is we're December, like looking bullish all over again, right? Like that back then. And like history repeats itself in funny ways in crypto. So Sonic, right? Sonic Labs, right, is going to be launching soon. It's like Phantom. It's basically, if you want to look at Phantom, if you guys remember Phantom, I guess you could say they just made a better version of it. Everything that you would have experienced on Phantom before, even during that cycle where Pancake Swap and Binance Smart Chain blew up, Phantom took off. So all these new chains we're taking off. So Sonic, right at the very beginning here, I look at opportunities and I go, let me do these ones, right? So skeleton money, like everything in DeFi is high risk, high reward. You got to understand that, right? We're going to review things. Some of you might catch on and say it's not sustainable. Some of you guys might think, hey, it's a great opportunity. I see things as like first movers. You get in early and you make your money, right? And things move on. A lot of things that were on Binance Smart Chain back when it started popping outside of Cake, and Pancake Swap, those thrived. And then like you never heard about them again, but people made tons of money. So those are the type of opportunities I look for outside. If I were to look at the core of Sonic, right? I'm looking at SwapX, right? Everything that's going to be involved with SwapX, when they have farms, even the Bad Bunny meme token, all that is like going to be the core home base, just like Pancake Swap was. All roads lead back to Cake Token and all that stuff. Outside of that, you got platforms that will, give you a run for your money. May not work out, may work out. High risk, high reward, and high risk, high reward environment across the board for everything. So we're going to look at this as like one of those first mover opportunities where I think there's just when a new chain launches at the right time, right when a bull market starts, there's just so much money that can be made. There's just so much money that can be made. So I don't want to leave money on the table ever like that. Never will I. Never have I before. Never will I again. Right. I'm always trying to be first on the scene. And I just understand the risk and what first mover opportunities are. So let's look at Skeletons Labs, Skeleton Money here. Next generation lending farming platform built for the Sonic blockchain. So remember, Sonic blockchain hasn't even launched yet. This will be holding a pre-sale to get in, early. So when that launch takes place, Skeleton Money is going to take off, right? It's going to launch and hopefully take off when it comes to the price. So there's a couple tokens that are going to be involved here. Deposit your S token, receives S skull token. Lending, the lending, I have not had a lending protocol come out yet that I have really played around with. People love them. I've seen them happen, and then exploits and all that, flash loans. There's a lot of things that are risky business, but luckily I just never had like a strong interest in doing them. But let's jump to the chat really quick. Let's see who's here. Macho, yeah, what's going on? Armored One, Macho in the house. Hump Day, Iceman, yeah, dog. Adi, I'm gonna call you Adi. Yeah, bro. Happy humpity hump. Happy humpity hump. I'm down to bury the bone. Bro, one more for the homie. LFG. So yeah, just with lending protocols, like I know like there's a lot of risk factors. There's a lot of things that have to happen, but there's a lot of things that are being addressed here for sustainability. Sustainability is like a big word everyone uses. Like this is how we sustain. The sustainability of a protocol really has to do with the community of people. So imagine the people jumping here and they're excited about it. the sustainability of a project will last as long as people stick around. It has to be sticky. There has to be a reason to sit there. Pancake swap and all those are around because, it's a swap exchange and there's farming. You get in early. You can be a long-term farmer by stacking that up. And it's hard to catch people once they've been in that early. So maybe, opportunities like this could work out, but there's different factors here that they've implemented that are interesting. And let's take a look at the pre-sale page really quick, because that looks like it ends in 2 days, 6 hours, and 13 minutes, right? Where you'll be able to buy these tickets, complete tasks to secure a whitelist spot and earn exclusive rewards. So it's tasks you got to do and participate to get that done. Okay. So skeleton money includes several innovative yield generating mechanisms, automated V2 and V3, rehypothecation, arbitrage fees, and more, with high APR staking and abracadabra inspired mechanics. Abracadabra. I haven't heard that one for a long time. Skeleton money maximizes DeFi rewards while ensuring long-term earning potential without compromising the integrity of the Skeleton Lab ecosystem. All right. So there's a little, marker here. It says rehypothecation. If you don't know what that is a term coined from traditional finance. It describes collateral posted by a borrower. Can be used again as collateral for additional borrowing. Lending protocols are huge in the space, guys. And I'm going to go back to the white paper. I'm reading it and I didn't switch pages. They're huge in the space. So if it can be done and done right and successful, and you're in early, that's where the massive opportunity is, right? But that's the key thing. It has to work out. I just don't go into things and just think like, hey, there's no risk. Like, I understand the risk. I know that it's there. I know it exists. I've seen a lot of lending protocols try to do this before. As an investor, you can choose between V2 LP staking, automated V3 farming, or single asset staking for enhanced flexibility or profitability. Powered by an over-collateralized token, which is the S-Skull, and a multi-function governance protocol that rewards Bone. So you're going to get tossed a bone for your S-Skull token that's being utilized, right? You get the Bone token. And that's a rewards token. Every farm has a rewards token. Pancake Swap has Cake token. PulseX has Ink token. The reward token is Bone. Skeleton money rewards long-term stakers via strategic tokenomics and innovative yield-generating mechanisms. And then they explain the rehypothecation side of things, which to me, it's like if you've been around the block, you know. And let me go ahead, take myself off screen so you guys can see a blown-up picture here and know what we're talking about. Hopefully, let me put, you know what? I'll make it easy for you guys. Let me go into the chat, right? And post the documents. It's in the description of the YouTube video, but some of you guys are probably watching on X, aka Twitter. So let's take a look here. Gosh, my energy drink, I'm not even halfway through. Heart's pumping. Heart is pumping. All right. So rehypothecation explained refers to the practice where crypto assets pledged as collateral by users are reused by platforms or protocols to generate additional returns. All right. In traditional finance, rehypothecation is used by lenders to generate yield without providing any beneficial benefit to the collateral providers. It is the one tool that banks and large financial institutions are able to produce some much yield for themselves, and one that we feel should be applied to skeleton money. So this is really done in real world finance. They're bringing the real world finance strategies of the banks and financial institutions to crypto with this whole rehypothecation, aspect. I guess you can call it a mechanic, a tokenomic of the protocol, right? All yields generated by rehypothecating the skeleton money collateral is given directly back to Bone and S-Skull stakers in a form of increased yield. So I could see people parking here, and everyone wants to earn yield in crypto, right? You got the really high risk, high reward yield. You got the sit it and just let it sit and let it do its thing type of yield. When it comes to a lending protocol, you have the opportunity there as it sits for just like, hey man, let the system do its thing. People participate, we earn money, and you're going to feel like this is uh, just your safe place. That's what it's meant to be. But we're in crypto. We're not like we don't have all that insurance in case there's like the banks doing all that stuff. Completely different atmosphere. All right. Let's see comments here. R2R been following Phantom Sonic all bear market. Got a bag full of all the memes. I need capital for when this thing kicks off. People forget that DeFi games on Phantom have massive mint curve audience. That's true. That's true. So generating yield using rehypothecation, increase yield for stakers, increase the yield does not increase the inflation of the native token. So that's good. You're not going to get inflation of that native token when the yield actually increases. So people will like that. Increased visibility and partnership potential for Skeleton. Where's the yield coming from, right? So since Skeleton money is automatically rehypothecated and used to generate additional yields throughout the blockchain space, this includes both the native pairs Bone and S-Skull to non-native pairs in the Skeleton money treasury. We'll be utilizing a variety of yield generating platforms, including but not limited to Solidity V3 and Equalizer. All right. The treasury. Man, everything on here, if you're a crypto vet, you know of these systems, right? So the main thing for something like this to thrive is education. Education. So the marketing's got to be there. Got to get some heavy hitters in that YouTube space, X space to really bring this to surface. Because I mean, listen, if people really love this type of protocol. They do. Look, I'm not a huge fan of doing all the lending things, but I might just go into not provide any type of collateral, but to earn yield off of it. Now, I don't know, in what scenario or what situation I would want to like de-risk myself from it. I don't know if I'd put like 50% of my portfolio, 10%. I really got to ask people like what they do on these protocols to know. Because personally, like I go in, make my money, take the token, sell, and that seems to be the case. But if in this case where you're not experiencing inflation that's hurting the system and you can just sit there and earn, that's true yield. So I have to see like the audits and all that too, which I think we'll take a look at the bottom here. The Skeleton Treasury ST is where the skull collateral is held. So the collateral is being put into the treasury and ensures the ability for users to mint and redeem Skull no matter what time of the day or market conditions. More details on Skull and Skeleton Treasury are coming. All right. I think the key here is sustainability. When we read this, some of you are going to probably have thoughts and opinion. Feel free to put them in the comments. Feel free to on the just in the video, you'll probably see this later. Comment, let me know what you think about the sustainability of the platform. So it's based off a 2-token model, right? Skeleton Money operates with 2 key tokens. Both tokens are used to support the growth and stability of the other, depending on the market activity at any given time. So as a multi-utility token, the performance of Bone is key to maintaining the success of Skeleton Money. In order to achieve this, Bone is consistently purchased by the Skeleton Money Treasury. This is enabled via the consistent yield earned by rehypothecation of both the Treasury S and the staked assets, right? So Skull is an over-collateralized yield-bearing token backed by S. Skull is used all throughout the Skeleton Money protocol. And then you got Bone. Bone drives rewards and provides additional opportunities for staking. Bone will also serve as a governance governance token. That's interesting. So yeah, these things, I'm not an expert on these ones, on these types of platforms. But where I thrive the most is where the money could be made, right? Farming and staking. This is like my bread and butter. This is what I know. It's what I stick to. Some people they understand the lending game, providing like collateral and paying back the debt, this and that. Like I get it. There's a big market for that with people. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I've never been one of them. If I can go on there and make some yield, I understand that part. I don't like to stress, to be honest. Like sometimes some of these things are just too much, stress me out. I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. If I don't know what to do, or I'm not confident, I get scared. But never want to be in a situation where I'm not, I don't feel like I know exactly what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, man, we just want to make money, right? And for me, I look at this part as like, okay, this is where I can go. V2 staking, V3 optimized farming. I understand that. So you'd be able to create a V2 LP token by pairing these two tokens manually on the liquidity page. You create V2 LP tokens by manually pairing your tokens on the DEX. Participants could also utilize the Zap functionality for this. I was just using Zap this morning. Zap makes it easy for the users, man. Everybody should have Zap. I used to farm recently. They didn't have the Zap function. I was like, what are you guys doing, man? It's just 2025 almost, bro. And you don't got a Zap button. So that just makes it easy. You can go in with the tokens that are listed. Let's say it's the Sonic blockchain token, whatever that's called. Hit the Zap feature, and it just automatically buys your tokens in the LP form. And then you could just plug it in. So navigate to the farming tab and stake your V2 LPs in the appropriate farm to start earning rewards. Users earn bone as staking rewards. Okay, how can I create and stake using the V3? Here, zap into V3 farming, zap into V3 farming. The V3 farming option allows users to zap their S tokens directly into V3 LP pools. So they got everything imagine the user interface where everything's live and ready to go. People like me are going to come on here and just like zap, 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 makes it easy for me. And I'm going to go and provide all the LP and figure out the numbers. I'm like, hey, man, I got $1,000 in a stable token on this chain. Let me click the Zap feature. You do the rest for me on the back end, and boom, it appears. That's a really good thing just for onboarding new people, because a lot of people don't know how to do all that. I know how to do all that, but I'm lazy. So I might just be like, hey, man, forget about it. I don't want to do this right now, So that's how I look at it, right? How do you plan to play this, Thomas? The lending part of all that stuff, that's not something that's up my alley. If I see that the opportunity here is fruitful to come and just zap into all these LPs for, farming and staking, that seems reasonable for me. That's up my alley. That's what I know. No zap on Tinex farm shows how tone deaf they are. Hey man, you said it. I was like, what? Like that's got to be. That's just so silly to me. So silly. It's so silly. It's just disrespectful to yourself. It's embarrassing if you're operating a farm without the Zap feature. No matter who's doing it, you just got to be like, hey man, this is like you're on some kindergarten stuff right there. All right, additional details for staking. Flexible staking and unstaking. Stake and unstake your LPs at any time with rewards distributed every block. Fees, V2 and V3 LPs incur no deposit withdrawal fees on native pairs, while native pairs have a small deposit withdrawal fees. So no fees on the native pairs. So there you go, man. If you're not somebody who wants to pay the fees on depositing and withdrawing, just go with the native tokens. But there may be like risk factors to that to somebody, and they may want to go with the non-native pairs to de-risk things. I guess that's how you look at it, and just pay the fee. Versus like if you're just like in these tokens that were created and they're part of the system and they go up and down, volatility. Like people just have that option there, just to say, let me go this direction. I'll pay the fees. So reward distribution, V2 and V3 farming option reward the bone token, while deposit withdrawal fees benefit those who stake in their bone in the Skull Federal Reserve. Oh, they got the Federal Reserve over here? Skull Federal Reserve. So what is this? Let's take a look. Skull Federal Reserve offers bone and skull holders a unique way to stake by laying them to rest for boosted returns. So stake your bone and earn steady rewards over time. The SFR yield depends on how committed you are to the skeleton money ecosystem. The longer you lock, the higher your yields will be. Lock for the longest period to access the highest APR bands and support long-term ecosystem growth. And then they have the sacrificial fire pit, which is the Skull Federal Reserve also offers a sacrifice fire pit where committed participants can burn their bone or skull in order to lock in a significant returns in the future. Let me process that thought for a second, really quick here. It's a little bit different. So, like, if you're somebody that wants to do like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year lock, or however max amount of time you can do it, you're obviously doing that to earn more. Maybe you're just better off burning it. So that's the option. Because locking for longer periods of time for a higher APR for a long-term investor. So maybe it'd be fruitful based off the APR. It would depend on how much higher you get, right? Because like when you really involve yourself with something like this at the beginning of a bull market and you stake for a year or two, you're literally, staking your way into the next bear market, which these systems should operate bull or bear from one to the next. So if you believe in it and you want to earn the most, I can see where that would be a benefit and where I would be like, okay, let me burn the tokens, earn a higher APR. So I can make sense of that. Definitely. I understand, that opportunity. So we just went over that. So the pre-sale details. Get ready for that exclusive opportunity to join the Skeleton Money pre-sale. So the Skeleton Money pre-sale has been set up to benefit early access investors in the following ways. Acquire bone before the launch. Cool. Allows participants to access the yield generating farms before anyone else. So that's the kicker, right? Get the bone before everybody else. Participate in the yield generating farms before anybody. So that's versus waiting, right? The head start in yield farming and protocols like this, early bird catches the worm, right? Look on the other side, the risk, things go wrong, early bird comes back with nothing. So that's what you weigh out in my own honesty. But most people are looking at this as like, this is going to succeed, because why would you get a pre-sale if you didn't think it was going to proceed, or you just never invest more than what you're willing to lose. So knowing that when I put the risk it for the biscuit money into these things, I'm thinking, F it, man. Right? And I'm going, all right, the early bird catches the word, benefit early access. Okay, game on. So that's how I would approach something like that. Obviously, if I'm getting involved with the pre-sale. Front run the Sonic launch with phase 1, secure bone at the lowest cost. All right. There you have it. How do you get access to Skeleton Money? There's currently 2 ways to get whitelisted. Complete Zeely task to be allocated to a whitelist spot. Secure a guaranteed spot through our partnered influencers. Hey, R2R. We hit the 25 whitelist wallets yesterday. I did hold one for my friend El Macho, who's in the chat. He didn't reply back, but you send me your Ethereum address in Telegram. I got you if this is something that you decide to take part of. All right. So got the community taken care of. Now, listen, drop something in the comments. Show that there is demand, right? hit me up if this is something you want to get whitelisted from, and I might just go and say, hey, my people want more. But outside of that, let's say I get a clear no, like, nah, dog, right? You're going to have to complete the Zeely tasks. So if you're at the pre-sale page, you'll see here at the top, complete tasks to secure a whitelist spot and earn exclusive earnings. Takes you to this page right here. And you got to complete some tasks, connect to Zeely, and start doing the things that are asked for you to go out there and spread the word. There's different XP amounts, different opportunities. They got the voting system here, the leaderboard, so you can see who's earning what. All-time A participants, so and a lot of competition there. To be honest with you, if it's something that you want to do to get that whitelist spot to earn it, in a fun way, there you go. 2 days, 5 hours, and 53 minutes to get that all done. It's right around the corner. What is that? Friday? Yeah, Friday. So that'll be available Friday. Let's take a look here. I do kind of want to take a look at the website. Like, I look at websites, man. I judge the books by their covers. I don't care what you do. I like the website. Not bad. Who did the UI? Nomad? Who did the UI? It looks cool. I'm throwing Nomad's name out there because we know that he's like the industry standard for UIs. You need a good UI, you reach out to Nomad, right? But this is a good UI. I like it. It looks good. It looks great. Sometimes you get these websites. It's like, damn, dog. What are you guys doing back there? But no, it looks good. It looks good. Outside of that, the pre-sale link is in the docs page. It's in the description. The pre-sale link, remember, you go there. It's in the description. You got to click up here for these tasks, connect. I believe the way it works is when you come in, enter with a ticket. One ticket is 5 phantom. Total tickets 51. So 5 phantom buys you a ticket, and that gets you in. Listen, like I said, like, it doesn't seem to me, looking at this, like there is a ton of people it lined up as far as what we just saw, here at the tickets. So we have to look at it from the next 2 days. Will tell you, the people swarm in at the last minute. Are these numbers, what do they reflect? This is coming on Sonic. So like this right here, outside of like SwapX and Bad Bunny and all that, this is like the outside opportunities I look at that are like, hey, I go in, I get into the solid things, and then I look at projects like this. Do I want to risk it for the biscuit? Is there demand? I think what happens when a new chain launches, whoever's there that's first on the scene to launch has a good opportunity to potentially make me some money. So that's why I consider them and why I'm reviewing it, because listen, at the end of the day, there's going to be people on the chain. They're going to figure out where you need to go. Where's the home base? Okay, where do I go and start to degen? Where's the opportunity? And Skeleton Money wants to launch on the opportunity of when they go live right away, because they're ready and able to go when that happens. All right, do I got the early mover first advantage here? And if everything plays out and they launch, on target, on time, and money goes in, they could be a banger. But this is crypto. Everything's, high risk, high reward, no expectations, right? You just have to, sometimes you feel it and you take a shot and it works out. Sometimes you feel it, you take a shot and it doesn't. So that would be everything in a nutshell. I'm excited for Sonic to launch, though, more than really anything in crypto. But I'm across the board, right? There's like few influencers talking about it. I'm seeing more and more. The excitement, I believe, will be there day one. People would say, hey, and this is doing that. And they start to discover everything else outside. There will be high risk, high reward dApps all over the place within a month's time. There will be clones of each thing that launches on a new chain within a month's time. So for me, I always I get into the ones that launch first, and then I can avoid getting in late to all the forks later. And that's worked out in the past. right? The blueprints in crypto don't always play out to work the second time around, though. Maybe the first ones, first movers, are the only ones that come out for a while, but I imagine Sonic will be like a place where builders will build. So I would imagine skeleton money forks all over. People want to be the next Bad Bunny, the next SwapX, all those different platforms, and ones from other chains too. You'll see different things come out. So that's about it, guys. I'll put all the links in the description. Don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment. Until next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady of the Faucets, let's get it. Woo! Yeah.
It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the truck. In the loops, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigs, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. Now I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches.